Welcome to your United Independent School District, SAC. Unfortunately, we do not currently have a quorum. We're waiting on a couple board members to arrive. So in the interim, we will get started with recognitions. So, Mr. Santos. Yes? Okay.
Yes. If y'all can join us, board members, we'd like to recognize, of course, our students and our employees.
Good evening, board members, Mr. Santos, members of the audience. Tonight it gives me great pride to recognize some outstanding performances this past spring. And we're leading off with the John B. Alexander High School baseball team. On an amazing season, they had the deepest run in the city. Alexander finished the season as by-district champions, area champions, regional quarterfinal champions, regional semifinal champions, and regional Elite 8 finalists. This was the deepest run in the city, and this is the Bulldogs' 4th appearance in the last 9 years at this round. Congratulations, Alexander Bulldogs. Head coach Fernando Limas, assistant coaches, proud principal Ernesto Sandoval. We're going to do softball. Good evening again. Yes.
You're going to do all of the exam?
You got it.
Good evening, parents, administrators, Mr. Santos, board members. I'd like to introduce to you Alejandra Aguirre of United High School. She earned a perfect score on the AP Spanish Language and Culture exam. She is one of 100 students in the world to achieve this distinction. Joining her is Ms. Brewer, her Spanish teacher, United High Administration, Mr. Aleman, principal. United High School received a letter acknowledging this achievement, which stated, as you know, advanced placement exams are scored on a scale of 1 to 5, where 5 is equivalent to a grade of A in the corresponding college course. Alejandra not only received the top score of 5, but was one of 100 students in the world to earn every point possible on the AP Spanish Language and Culture exam, receiving the maximum score on each portion of the exam. We applaud Alejandra's hard work and also the AP teacher responsible, Ms. Maria Brewer, for engaging students and enabling them to excel in a college level course. Congratulations. Moncada. So we're going to do him next. The middle school. I'd like to recognize Angel Moncada. Angel is one of 1,600 students who participated in Do the Right Thing Texas Challenge from Laredo ISD, United ISD, and Jim County ISD. This challenge, sponsored by Communities in Schools of Laredo, is an initiative from the National Campaign to Stop Violence, in which students write an essay on how violence has affected my life. Given his background, Angel was inspired to tell his story, as did many of the other amazing participants. Angel's essay was selected as the male campus finalist from Los Obispos Middle School. At the recognition dinner, it was announced that Angel Moncada was selected as the national ambassador for Dallas-Fort Worth. The female campus finalist is from LISD. The students, a parent, and their teacher, where he wrote his essay, and other Communities and Schools of Laredo staff will be traveling to Washington, D.C., all expenses paid, for Recognition Week on July 13th through 17th. Congratulations, Angel, and Los Obispos Middle School.
Good evening again. Our next recognition are young ladies from the John B. Alexander girls track team who had an amazing and historic state season. 4 young ladies qualified for the 4x100 meter relay as district champions, regional champions, area champions, and state qualifier for the first time in UISD and Laredo history. They had a time of 47.45 in the 4x100 meter relay, the fastest time in Laredo history. Congratulations, John B. Alexander girls. Team members are represented today: Ali Benavides, Krista Villarreal. Absent today due to a trip or other commitments are Cynthia Emeremnu and Avery Puig. Head coach Christopher Alonso. In addition, I would like to add Cynthia Meremnu, who could not be with us today, is also a state qualifier in girls track as a 4-time regional qualifier, 4-time district champion, and 2-time state qualifier in the 100 meter dash. Congratulations, Cynthia. Our next team with a great season, congratulations, United Longhorns softball team. These ladies also made history this year. As by-district champions, area champions, and regional quarterfinalists for the first time in school history. Congratulations, United Longhorns. Proud principal, Alberto Aleman. Head coach, Javier Morin. Our next group with a great season, congratulations, United Longhorns baseball team. Head coach, Rudy Saldivar. Proud principal, Alberto Aleman. The Longhorns finished the season as by-district champions and area finalists. This is the 7th time out of the last 10 years that the Longhorns advanced to either the second or the third round of the state playoffs. Congratulations, United Baseball. Our final team to be recognized are the United South Panthers baseball program. Head coach, Dante Madrigal. Proud principal, Adriana Ramirez. The Panthers also had an amazing season as the District 29 6A champions, by-district champions, area champions, regional quarterfinal champions, and regional semifinalists Sweet 16 qualifier. This is the first time in school's history that the Panthers qualified for the Sweet 16. Congratulations, United South.
Good evening, board members, Mr. Santos, and district staff. The time is 6:14 p.m. on this, the 19th day of June 2019, and I call this meeting of the United Independent School District Board of Trustees to order. Mr. Ramirez is not here, so if everybody would just call out their name for attendance. Alisa Oliveros present.
Ramiro Ellis present.
Ricardo Rodriguez present.
Javier Montemayor present.
Okay, could everybody please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, Texas Pledge, and a moment of silence. Of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one indivisible.
Okay, let the record show that a quorum of board members is present, that this meeting has been duly called, and that notice of this meeting has been posted in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act. Agenda item 3, board announcements. No board announcements. Okay, agenda item 4, we already did recognitions. Agenda item 5, superintendent report, Mr. Santos.
None at this point. Just to let staff know, Mr. Molina is in the hospital in San Antonio, doing well. Should be released to come back on Saturday. So obviously our prayers go to Mr. Molina and his family.
Yes. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Santos. Agenda item 6, we have no public comment. No, correct? Yes. Agenda item 7, at this time, we move on the consent agenda items. Is there a motion regarding the consent agenda items as listed?
Excuse me, can I? Oh. For agenda item F, we have a change.
Okay.
RFP 013-2019, Family and Community Engagement. That RFP was originally going to be for 16 schools at $5,850 a school, with the potential to grow in years 2 and 3. The department has decided to do all schools this year, so we were able to negotiate the price from $5,850 per campus to $5,000 per campus, with meal allowances when the trainers come in. So it'll be $215,000 a year for that RFP.
That is, what item?
Item F.
Item F, okay.
I'll make a motion that the board approve items A through H as presented to include the modification on item F.
Okay.
Also for item G,
Okay.
the recommended vendor is Blue Cross Blue Shield. At the business committee, we were still in negotiation, so I did not present a vendor or an amount. So the vendor for item G will be Blue Cross Blue Shield. The estimated annual amount would be $1,108,211, or $221, I'm sorry.
Okay, Mr. Montemayor, will you include that in your motion?
I would include that in my motion as well.
Okay, do we have a second? All those in favor? Motion passes.
Thank you very much.
Agenda item 8, items for individual consideration. Agenda item 8A, approval of donations. Mr. Santos.
Yes, Mr. Rivera, members of the board, it is recommended that the Board of Trustees graciously accept the following donations, and this will be attached to the minutes. We have 2 donations of over $1,000. The United ISD Communication Department received a donation of $10,000 from Blue Cross Blue Shield for the 2019 sponsorship of the UISD Run, Walk, and Zumba events. Alexander High School class of 2020 received a donation of $2,500 from Texas Community Bank. And we had 1 donation under $1,000 for a grand total this month of $12,565, and we graciously thank these people for helping our schools.
Okay. Do we have a motion? Second? Okay, all those in favor? Motion passes. Agenda item 8B, approval of board minutes for the month of January 2019, April 2019, and May 2019. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve?
Second? Okay, motion and second. All those in favor? Item passes. Agenda item 8C, approval of requests from the board members in regards to use of Board of Trustees discretionary funds for various projects.
Yeah, no additional changes, just what's presented to the board at the business committee meeting.
Okay, do I have a motion? Second? Okay, all those in favor? Okay, motion passes. Agenda item 8D, we do not have public comment?
No public comments?
We have to open up the public
We
hearing.
will open up the public hearing. Second? Okay, all those in favor? Okay, the public hearing is now open. Ms. Rondon?
Yes, I know there's nobody who signed up to make comments on this, but I would like to present some information with regards to the PASS program, which is a positive approach to student success, which is housed at LBJ High School. And just want to state, and I know that we reviewed this information with you at the Business and Instructional Committee meeting, but the biggest highlight I would like to point out is that 19 students were recovered for graduation purposes at LBJ High School during the course of the 2018-19 school year. The PASS program, what it is basically, is a flexible program for our students where they take either an AM block of time and schedule, where they take classes on Odyssey where to make up their credits if they are at risk of losing credits, or to make up credits if they are behind in credits. This is housed outside, standalone classroom, where there's no exchange of classes. They're housed in this particular classroom all day, or the 4-hour block of time that they're there for. We had a total number of 63 students enrolled during the course of the 2018-19 school year, and 186.5 credits were recovered by our students. So it's proven to be successful. I think we have the right individual in that particular classroom as well. We have Ms. Diaz, who has been spearheading this classroom and motivates those students to not only complete their credits, but to also receive their graduation diploma. So I'd like to give her a lot of credit, as well as the administration from LBJ High School. We want to continue the program. We're submitting our application, so we wanted to just bring this to you for approval so that we can submit our application back to the state.
Okay, is that application only for that particular site?
Yes, ma'am. I know that Mr. Santos wanted to review our finances because it would take a full teacher to work, and then of course the equipment. It's a lab setting where we have 30 labs, 30 computers in a classroom setting, and that's where the students are housed.
And they're using Odyssey Ware, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, and are only students from that particular school allowed into this program?
Only students from LBJ. Mr. Salazar and Adriana Ramirez from South have an arrangement where if it's a student maybe from South High School who is lacking a credit or two with good behavior and so forth, they make arrangements to accommodate that particular student at that campus.
Okay. Any other questions?
Motion to close public hearing.
Second.
All those in favor? Okay, public hearing is closed. Thank you very much, Mr. Andon.
Okay, thank you.
Agenda item 8E, approval of optional flexible school day program for the 2019-2020 school year to continue the PASS, Positive Approach to Student Success program at Lyndon B. Johnson High School.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor? And motion passes. Agenda item 9, closed session. The time is now 6:22 p.m. and the board will adjourn into closed session pursuant to section 551.071, 551.072, and 551.074 of the Texas Government Code to discuss agenda items 9A, B, and C. We should be back in 1 hour. Okay. We are back. Agenda item 10, reconvene from closed session. The time is now 8:10 p.m. and the board will take appropriate action on items if necessary as discussed in closed session.
Madam President, members of the board, with respect to agenda item 10A, the recommendation is to approve the special warranty deed of gift from Meyer Investments of a tract of real property to provide access to the previously donated 45-acre tract of real property of FM 1472 Mines Road, situated in Porcion 8, Blas Maria Diaz, Abstract 40, Webb County, as well as the negotiation of a related development agreement as discussed in closed session.
Second. Okay, all those in favor? Motion passes.
Agenda item 10B, the recommendation is to approve the development agreement pertaining to the real property commonly referred to as the Shiloh 12-acre tract and being 11.81 acres located in Porcion 23, Leonardo Sanchez, original grantee, Abstract 283, as described in deed recorded in volume 1366, pages 345, 346, official public records of Webb County, Texas, as discussed in closed session.
So moved.
Second. All those in favor? Motion passes.
Agenda item 10C, the recommendation is to deny the easement request submitted by Burger King in regards to UISC property located off Highway 359 and Santa Monica Drive, as discussed in closed session.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Motion passes.
10D, Mr. Morales will have the.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Based on the discussion in closed session, there is a recommendation to move to adopt the written findings of fact, conclusions of law, and recommendation of the board's designee in the matter of United ISD versus Nancy Newsom, including a determination that Nancy Newsom's term contract with United ISD should not be renewed for the 2019-2020 school year, and to authorize the board president to send notice to Nancy Newsom to the non-renewal of her term contract effective at the end of the 2018-2019 school year.
Okay.
Motion to approve as presented.
Second.
All those in favor? Motion passes.
That's
Thank
agenda
you.
item 10, D and E.
D and E. Okay, so
And an agenda item 10F, there's no action, only to let the public know that with respect to Impacto Media versus United ISD, the injunction has been dissolved, and this matter has been dissolved as of yesterday by Judge Sid Hall, visiting judge from San Antonio.
okay. Before we move on to agenda item 10G, I would just like to say it has been my pleasure and honor to have served as your board president. I look forward to our new leadership and look forward to maybe coming back someday, not in the near future. But thank you very much. It's been my honor. Thank you. So next we have election of board officers.
I'd like to nominate Ramiro Vélez as president, Javier Montemayor as vice president, Ricardo Molina as parliamentarian, and Rick Rodriguez as secretary.
Second. Okay, all those in favor? Motion passes. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We'll just finish up with 10. Do you want me to finish up?
Yeah, you-
10H, Mr. Santos?
Yes, my recommendation for the appointment of principal of Quezon Elementary is Monica Arriaga.
Okay. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve?
Second. All those in favor? Motion passes. Agenda item 10I, appointment of Clark Middle School. Mr.
Yes,
Santos?
Ms. Oliveros and members of the board, my recommendation for the appointment of principal of Clark Elementary is Pamela Arredondo. I'm sorry, Clark Middle. It's Clark Middle.
Okay. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Motion passes. Okay, next we have adjournment. And
Thank you.
Motion to adjourn.
thank you. Motion to
Good
adjourn.
evening.
That was good.